Today I have come with another video. This time, this video is going to be very useful for little children who are studying in nursery, UKG, LKG, 1, 2, 3, means up to primary level. And it can be useful for those students who are studying at lower secondary level too, or for all those who are struggling with their handwriting, who think that my handwriting is very clumsy, who are always struggling to maintain consistency in shape and size of the alphabet. So this video is for those all. To make our alphabet or make our handwriting systematic and beautiful, we need to understand four lines that we use to make our handwriting beautiful. And these four lines notebook for handwriting is always given to little children studying at primary level so that they will understand how they will set their hand with a pen on a paper. Let's go to the board now. Handwriting. This is our topic. Say. So before we go to this, let me draw some lines here. And these lines will remind you your four-line notebook that you use to write your handwriting. Now, these lines must have reminded you your four lines notebook that your parents give to you. And then here, this video is for parents as well and for teachers too who are teaching children at primary level. Okay. Now let's say, first I want to start with the names of these four lines. As the very first line is right. These two lines in blue or maybe in some purple or black, whatever, and then the last line is red. So all these four lines have their own names. So first let me go on numbering. This is the first line, this is second line, this is third line, and this is here. So here this is the first line, second line, third line, and fourth line. So these all four lines have their own names, and at different times these are understood in different ways also. It means these four lines have different names as well. Okay, and what those names are or how do we understand them? How do we remember those lines? Let's say I'm writing here as the very first line, which is in color red. Its name is, this line is called capital line. Capital line, or it is also called top line, or sometimes it is also known as skyline, or sometimes it is known as upper line. These are the names of the very first line, which is in red color. This another is now its name is second line. Its name is mean line. This is called mean line, or sometimes it is known as middle line, middle line, secondary line, secondary line, or plain line, plain line. These are the names. Some people say the second is mean line, or some say middle line, some say secondary, some say plain line. Whatever it is, you have to remember using any one term. Exactly the same way this third line. This is known as baseline, or sometimes we say tail line or grass line. And this last red line is called descender line, or sometimes it is known as bottom line or earth line. Now see, these are different names that we have been given to these four lines. So here I won't be using all these names. I'm going to use capital, mean, base, and descender. These four terms I'll be using to refer to these four different lines. So the first line, capital line, mean line, base line, and the last one is descender line. Now see, why this first line is called capital? It is because when we are writing capital letter, I mean uppercase letter, okay, in Roman script, then all capital letters are to start from this red color line. Means every letter in uppercase, I mean in capital, they are to touch the first line, that is right, and then they will stop. Means they will rest on the third line, which is called baseline. All capital letters are to touch first red line, and they are to take rest at the third line, which is called baseline. Okay, it means this third line is base for all the letters. Okay, that's why its name is base. Now, when we are to go on writing lowercase letters, I mean small letters in the Roman script, okay, at that time, most of them, right, they are to be written between these two blue lines, means mean and base. Some letters go to touch first red line, means capital line. Some letters in small letter I'm talking about. Some letters are to come down from the base. That descent means those letters which are not to be between mean and baseline, they come down, means they descend and then touches this last red line. That's why they descend. Therefore this red line is called descender. Now let's have example. Now if I write A, then I have to go writing like that. A. This is a capital letter, so it has touched the first red line, means capital line, and then third line, what I said, base line. So this letter has rested on the third line. Okay, even all letters, even if I just go on writing B, okay, now let's see. This is how we are to write. Whatever you write, even if you want to write C, same is the case, D, same is the case there, right? E. Okay, so all capital letters are to go exactly in the same way, starting from the upper red line and then taking rest at the third line. I mean, on the third line, like that. Yes. So this is how we just go on writing up to Z. Okay. So now here all capital letters, they are to touch the capital line and they are to take rest on the third line, that is baseline. So this is baseline for all the letters. That's by baseline. But this is not the case with lowercase letters, means small letters. In small letters, we find three categories. Some are to touch first red line, some are to touch last red line, and then some are to remain between two blue lines. As if I write small letter A, then this is how we write A, between mean and base. If I write B, it comes from the first red line, and then between this loop is to be between mean and baseline. Okay, if your loop is going up, right, upper than this mean line and lower than this baseline, means your writing is wrong. Okay, be careful here. Okay, for example, if I just go on writing, okay, like that, If I write like this, then this is wrong because I have descended C from the baseline. This is wrong. I can't write like that. So I must keep this letter between these two lines like this. And even I must touch both lines. Mean and base must touch. If you do not touch, then again that's wrong. And here is the role of the teacher. When teacher tells students to go writing one page or two pages, right, to make them improve their handwriting, at the time when children submit their handwritings in these kind of notebooks, then teacher has to go finding out whether children have touched all the lines which are required or not. Okay, if not, then there is teacher has to make correction. Okay. So this is how we just go. For example, if I just go on writing G now, right? We write G like that, or you can just make a loop like this also, no problem. Let's say G, as we say Y, so Y is to come down to touch this last red line. Okay, Z is to be inside. Okay, let's say if I write O, right, again let's say if I write M, so I must touch this line M as N like this. Or even if I write just X there, so this is X there, right? If I write U like that, if I write B, right? W, okay, like that. And then Z. So you see, these letters are inside. Okay? Inside two lines, I mean between two lines there. Now, when we write separately, this is how it looks like. But if I write these letters in Word, if I say, or if I'm to write cat, mark it. So first I just go on writing C, A, and then T, cat. This one. If I write elephant, so let's say E, L, E, P, H, A, N, T, elephant. So this is how we just go on writing like this, elephant. Okay. And then if I write, let's say G, R, A, S, S, grass. Okay. Now here what teacher has to understood. For example, these are the letters students have written in their notebooks. And for example, instead of, let's say, this correct spelling, students have written wrong spelling, for example, ELAPHANT, like that. Then teacher, what I have noticed, some teachers, they just go on correcting spellings, but they do not check out whether proper lines students have touched or not. So here, if teacher misses to check out spelling, nothing matters, but if teacher misses to check out whether lines have been touched properly or not, then their teacher has to take care. Teacher has to be conscious. Okay. If I just go on writing, for example, if I write let's say spelling market. Here I wanted to write plain. Spelling is wrong. Okay. Suppose plain P, instead of writing PLAIN, students have written PLAEN. And now this spelling comes in the hand of teacher. So what teacher should do here? Now, teacher will just go on correcting this spelling, and then we leave out this N. Right? The main mistake is here. Teacher must not miss this mistake. If teacher misses this mistake, nothing happens, but it must not be missed out. So teacher must correct this one. Instead of writing this, teacher should say, just go on writing like that. And if you can correct this, that's the best thing. Because the best is always the best. Okay. And then guardians must understand here too, because what I have noticed sometimes when teachers misses this kind of spelling, guardians they come with their notebooks and sell to the principals. You see what kind of teacher you have hired there. Even your teachers do not know spelling too. They do not notice, parents do not notice this, but parents notice this one. So this is to be noticed. This may not be noticed, nothing will happen. If you do not notice this, nothing, no problem. But if you miss this thing, that is a very serious thing here. So in the handwriting, in this kind of notebook, go checking lines, whether proper lines have been touched. Letters have touched, those required lines are that. If not, correct. If touched, fine. If you can focus on spelling, that's better. If you miss spelling, no problem. Don't worry about that. Guardians must think about this too. Another thing. Next thing is there, exactly the same. If you are thinking my handwriting is clumsy, let's say just simple tips I'm going to give you to make your handwriting beautiful, to maintain consistency in shape and size. See. And then purpose of giving this notebook is to fix their hand movement so that children's hand will produce same size, same shape letters. Letters of same size and same shape. For example, let's say I have noticed some people they are writing. If you just say to them, okay, write down Y, sorry, G capital Z. So some people writing like that. So they have written this G, or they have drawn the picture of the kidney, right? It looks like the kidney now. So you are to write G later, not to draw the kidney. So instead of writing this, just you make like that, which is C, and then from here you draw this line. Now see, which likes better, this or this? Of course this one. So simple thing you have to notice here. So simply write C and then like that. Or you can just go on writing like this. Either this comes down or it remains here, no problem. Okay. Exactly the same way, often that we notice mistakes in writing letters. If you say some people to write Y, they capital Y, they write like that. This is not capital Y, this is small one, right? Some people say, no, this is capital, this is small. Okay, or some people say, no, this is small, this is capital. No, this is not capital, because when this line is slant, mark it, this line is slant, then it is always small, always small. So how to write capital? Capital means, let's say go writing B first, and then from here straight line. So mark it, this line is that slant now, so up to this is slant, and from here straight, mark it. So from this point to this point, this is straight, and from here it is slant, and then again this side also. So here is a part, right? So it is like that. This line is like this, you see, but here this line is like that. So you are not to draw this kind of line, this kind of line, and then from here you just, now this is always capital letter. So very common mistake that people commit in writing capital Y, right? Okay, this is of course small, and this comes from cursive writing. Okay, the same is there. Let's say some people did not know. Okay, if I ask you, this O is a small letter, capital letter, you may be thinking this is capital. Okay, so if you are thinking this is capital, now tell me, what is this then? Right? Again, if you say no, this is capital, I will make a bigger one. Now, what do you say this? Okay. So here, size doesn't matter. Here, writing system, the way of writing matters. So how to write, how to differentiate capital O and small o. Let's see. If I write here, then simply can find out. If I write, okay, onion, mark it. O N I O N, mark it. Now this is small, this is capital. How? Because this has touched capital line, and a small o is to be between mean and baseline. So now here in this writing, how can we write like this? O N I O N, mark it. This is, and here is capital, and here is this. Okay, exactly. Some letters are confusing, as those letters confusing letters are C, and then C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Yes, K also sometimes. K, O, S, V, W, X, Y, already I talked, and Z. These are very confusing letters. Most of the people, they do not know how to differentiate capital these letters and small letters. If I write individually, then it is not very clear. Yes, clear is here, right? But except this case, these all are same in capital and small. So main difference is not size, the way of writing. See, if I write Jew market, so what is here? You see, it is the main thing, mean line, baseline, and capital line, descender line, nothing. So this Z is between mean and base. So this is small. Market, if I write like that, this same letter this way, Jew. So here is now, from here it goes mean, base, and from here descender and capital. Hope you must have understood the difference between capital Z and small z. Okay. Same is this all. Let's see. Even if I write, let's say V, right? So if I write like that, B-A-N, then this is small b. If I write B-A-N, then this is capital B. Because here is mean, here is base, here is descender, and here is capital. Mean, okay, mean, base, capital, and descender. This is same is answer. Some people say no, this is capital, and if I do this, then it's what? No, right? A capital S and a small s both are same. Individually, you can't say this is capital or small. Right now, this is both. But if I write this in word, as I say, S-N-A-K-E. Now see, this is baseline, this is mean line, this is capital line, and this is descender. So S has just capital line. So this is capital S, but the same thing if I write like that, S-N-A-K-E. It means I have put this S between mean and base. So this is small. Same is the case with W. Yes, again, let's say before I talk about W, some people write like that W. It doesn't look beautiful now. So instead of writing, let's say straight line, again going up, down, and then up. This is how we write. M is the same like this. Okay. Now the problem is W, small w, and capital W both are same. So let me write the word there. If I write window, W-I-N-D-O-W. Now see, this is small, this is capital, because capital line goes from here, mean line goes here, base line goes here, descender line goes here. So hope you must have understood how these letters are to be differentiated between capital and small letter. Not in individual, I mean in isolation. If you just go writing this in isolation, by individually, you can't say this is capital small. K is very clear. Okay, straight line, and then from the middle we make a far. Okay, so from middle part, so it goes up and then going down. Small k, we just go from here. So it is very clear. So right now this is capital. This is capital letter. But C, O, S, D, W, F, and then right now I can't say these are capital, so these are small. But now here, small but capital. So, dear teachers and dear children, focus on this part and then improve your handwriting. Do not think about shape and size. Okay, I don't mean that now ignore shape and size. Okay, somehow that will also help you to maintain your handwriting, beautiful handwriting, and then will help you to find out whether that is capital letter or small letter. But I think this is informative. Thank you very much. If you like this video, then don't forget to share with others, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Thank you very much.